Joined by head coach Christine Clancy of Washington Lee University women's basketball. They were picked number 4 in this year's preseason poll, receiving 2 first-place votes. Coach, let's talk about last season first as we come through. You improved 10 games from the previous season to last year. Talk a little bit about the process of making those steps with this squad that you've had over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's a long time in coming. It takes a while to sort of rebuild a program, and last year was one of the first years where it was mostly players that I recruited. And this year it's totally my team, which is exciting. So it took some time. Our senior class now has had a lot of playing experience through that rebuilding program. So they're not traditional basketball players, but they have so much experience that really has helped us make a big step last year. And then our current sophomore class, who are first years during that run last year, just bring so much talent and basketball IQ and just really round out our team really nicely.
Let's talk a little bit about that experience you have coming back. It's a great luxury to have. You have one all-conference player, but really any one of your 5 starters probably could have been an all-conference caliber type of player. Talk a little bit about what that has meant for you in preseason practice, not having to reteach the wheel and just start from a certain point and go.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been really exciting from day one in practice because we're not teaching anything new. We're working with stuff that we were building off things that we've been working on for the past 3 years. Which has made our transition into the season really quick, really smooth. And we have so much depth. We have, like you said, we have a number of players who could be all conference level caliber players because we have such balance. So it's been exciting.
Let's talk a little bit about the way that you play on the court. You've got several perimeter players that are a little bit more slashing, dink and dunk, dive around. You've got post players, and then you've got at least one shooter that I know of that reminds me with Emily Perzik off the wing. I think she made in upwards of 53 pointers last year. Talk a little bit about how you want this team to play coming into this season, given that you have such an experience level.
Absolutely. I mean, our focus this year is all about team first. We have weapons from every spot. Like you said, we have 3-point shooters in Emily Perzik, Alina Hamrick, and Andrea Ferrero. We have Jackie Clifford, who's our returning all-conference player, who's got speed and scoring ability. Paige Corvino out there, who creates a lot of turnovers and just she's our spark plug. And then we've got great post play inside with Shelby Hendricks, who sort of can do a little bit of everything. And Emma Redding, who's our true size, back-to-the-basket post player who went down with an injury towards the end of last season. To have her back has been huge in what we're capable of doing. So we're going to play with our balance. We're going to take the opponent that we're playing and try to figure out what their weaknesses are and use our matchups to our advantage because we can hurt you from every spot.
Maybe unfortunate for Washington Lee, but the Generals aren't the only squad in the ODAC with talent back. We've got a dozen all-conference players of the 18 that are returning to rosters this season. Talk a little bit about what you see from the league this year.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, you can tell just from the preseason poll with 4 teams receiving first-place votes. You see Emory and Henry moving up to the 5th spot in the preseason poll. There's a lot of depth, which has been the theme for the league over the last several years. But I would say our top 6 really are very, very strong and competitive, and anyone below that they could beat anyone on any given night. So it's going to be interesting. I think it'll depend on who stays healthy and who gets hot at the right time, because I think there are a lot of teams that can make a run in the postseason, and I know we're capable of doing that, and I'm hoping that everything works out in our favor so we're that team.
Well, yeah. Coach, I want to thank you for joining me today. Good luck this season.
Thank you.